Booyah! Ladies and gentlemen, we are back! I don't know if I'm excited because we're back or the Lions are back. You see this? We're all decked out in our Lions gear. But really, I'm just excited for this upcoming week. Okay, this is Christmas week, and I do have a pretty special announcement towards the end of this video as well. If you are someone, you are struggling, you're in not a great place, I do want to do a little bit of something to give back a bit, but that will be at the end of this video. Futures opened. Futures, the NASDAQ, up almost 0.5%, S&P up 1/3 of 1%, as well as the Dow. I imagine the Russell is probably up around 0.5 of 1% as well. Now, here in this video, we do have some news to go over. I will share that news with you, but I simply want to just discuss, in my personal opinion, what we could see for Tesla stock and broader markets over the next couple of weeks. Now, keep in mind, futures just opened. I think Monday is going to be an even bigger day than what the futures are suggesting, okay? I actually think tomorrow could be like a 1% or larger move for markets, and we'll discuss that throughout this video. First and foremost, what I need you to do is hit that like button as well as subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. If you like Tesla stock, you like our markets, or you like to stay informed and educated, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some news coming out. Some news will be quite interesting to see how markets respond to this. First and foremost, I mean, I don't know how some people are going to feel about this, but this is a potential issue for our markets coming down the line. Now, I don't know if the markets would take this as an issue, but we could definitely, I mean, just let me read this to you. Donald Trump and his team are reportedly debating how much to invade Mexico once he takes office, per The Independent. Trump and his transition team staff are discussing a soft invasion of the country, Rolling Stone reported. Now, what this seems like to me is more of like create a demilitarized zone, right? Create a zone that's not just at the border, but, you know, into Mexico a little bit to try to really take a toll on the drugs coming in. Now, if you've known anyone like myself that has, I have not struggled with this, but clearly other people, right, you may know that have struggled with drugs in the past. You know, it's nasty. It's takes a lot of lives. Okay, it destroys families, right? So you're gonna be looking at this all different kinds of ways. A lot of emotion involved. Invasion is kind of a contemptuous word for markets, so it doesn't seem like markets are responding to this, but if there is any more talk about this, that could become an issue. Now, we do have some weird headlines hitting for Tesla as well that I want to share with you. It says here, Tesla and Stellantis take over Ford as 2024's most recalled brands. That seems like probably the most misleading headline that we've seen in a while. That's kind of like the headline on Friday that caused Tesla to fall almost 4%, that they were recalling 700,000 vehicles, like it was an actual physical recall. No, these are over-the-air software updates, and that's one reason why I do think this upcoming week is going to be really, really good for Tesla. We've seen this in the past. When Tesla gets attacked with essentially fake headlines, you tend to see the stock bounce back a lot over the next coming days. Okay, it doesn't tend to be one of those things that just kills Tesla, kills the rally. It tends to be a very buyable opportunity for Tesla stock. And Tesla was just recently as high as $488, and now you're at $421. There's definitely some meat on the bone to move higher, especially considering the government was funded on Friday and we really don't have any other catalysts coming. Okay, we're done. Right? We do have some data this upcoming week with durable goods orders on Tuesday, as I explained in the last video. You do have CB consumer confidence tomorrow, and maybe it's Richmond Fed data coming out, but nothing that's really drastically impactful unless there is a huge beat or huge miss with durable goods orders this week. Same with initial jobless claims on Thursday. You're probably going to fall into that seasonality. Now, from December 15th through December 31st, that 2-week period is the best 2 weeks for markets in any time, in any year. So now that you've gotten all these risk catalysts out of the way, I find it hard to believe markets are just going to start falling for essentially no reason at this point. And apparently someone in Portland had this note stuck to their Tesla saying that some people are going around vandalizing Tesla because of the association with, you know, Elon Musk and Trump. They're kind of taking it out on Tesla owners. And this seems like a very friendly kind of note here from the neighbor, suggesting they get themselves a different vehicle. And Elon Musk comments on this and says, anyone who vandalizes a Tesla will have a criminal record. Go ahead, make my day. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want someone worth $400 billion to pursue me in a criminal way. I mean, you shouldn't vandalize anything, and hopefully this is not actually happening. Because I think the world's got into a really dark place if you're vandalizing random people's property because the CEO has a specific association with someone else. I feel like if Musk was like close to Kim Jong-un or something like that, you wouldn't have the same kind of issues. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that just sounds like a pretty dark place for human history in America, and I hope that's not the case. I haven't personally heard anything about that, but it looks like Elon's trying to get ahead of that and saying, hey, if you personally vandalize Teslas, you're going to have some consequences to face. Now, kind of as I said in the last video, why I'm so bullish about this upcoming week is, again, we don't have any real catalysts. We really don't have any earnings besides durable goods orders again on Tuesday. Besides initial jobless claims on Thursday, we're going to have a full day for trading coming tomorrow, a half day of trading on Tuesday. Markets are closed on Wednesday, a full day of trading on Thursday, and a full day of trading on Friday. With the lack of risk catalyst, this could really put us into a risk on kind of environment. Now, here's the deal. Markets are so bearish right now, whether you're looking at the percent of stocks above their 50-day moving average at 33%, meaning 63% of stocks are in an active downtrend. The Dow just came off of 10 losing days in a row. Has not happened since 1974, okay? With really the backdrop being we're expecting a good year next year. Like, nothing has really changed from that perspective. The only thing that has changed is, well, these stocks have fallen, right? So again, nothing really changed with the thesis for markets coming next year, but the markets have just gotten more bearish over the last, couple of weeks. We've talked about the RSP a lot on this channel. It's the equal weight S&P that has pretty much died over the past couple of weeks. Some of this has to do with tax loss harvesting or whatnot. But again, the VIX spiked 75% in a single day. That's only happened 5 other times in history. And every single time, a month later, markets were higher, usually anywhere between 2 and 7% or so. So sometimes it's not a crazy big bounce. Sometimes you get a huge bounce in markets. I don't know what is going to happen specifically, but what I can tell you here is with a lack of catalyst and markets so fearful, literally CNN Fear and Greed Index sitting at 28, you're most likely going to rally. Now, I think the stocks that were doing the best before are probably going to come back and do the best again. That's what tends to happen. Your high flyers tend to do really bad when things are bad, and they tend to do really good when things get good again. And I think a lot of people are just going to be looking at Tesla as, hey, I now get a much better deal on Tesla at 420.23 versus Tesla at 488. So there's a better risk reward buying Tesla stock today, and it makes more sense for people to go out and buy Tesla stock now. And I think that's precisely what is going to happen. Now, what we also seen with the option activity last Friday was, for this upcoming Friday's expiration, was a lot of option activity at pretty much all of the strikes. The 440 call had 35,000 for volume. The 450 call had 61,000 for volume. The 470 call had 14,000. 480 call had 24,000. The $500 call had 54,000 for volume. Now, I also think it makes sense for short sellers to cover on their short positions heading into the end of this year. Now, mix that with a gamma squeeze that we are likely going to continue to see. I don't think that's going away anytime soon. Shorts covering, gamma squeeze at the same time can lead the stock to get pretty euphoric. While I don't know exactly what's going to happen, I would not be shocked if Tesla is on the doorstep of $500 per share by the end of this week. And I know that sounds crazy because that's an 18% move higher, but this is the last week of 2024. I think that could be on the table here. If not, 500, I think you're going to get, probably close to where we just were around the 480s. Again, because Tesla's rally has kind of been justified from the sense of newer, cheaper Teslas coming, a new Megapack factory that's completed, Tesla semi-factory that's completed, again, lower price Teslas coming, robo-taxi network coming in 2025, and so many other things. It makes sense why Tesla has been moving higher, and I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. So just a wild prediction. I think Tesla could be a $500 stock by the end of this week. Again, due to these factors we've talked about, a gamma squeeze, a short squeeze, and really a lack of negative catalysts for our markets. So I don't like the options. I just want to be clear on that. I like buying the stock, and that's currently what I'm doing. That's currently how I am positioning in this with Tesla. Now, if you're not in Tesla enough, I think buying the stock in the 420s could make sense for you. Do you want to go all in at these levels? Well, maybe not. Maybe it's smart to just put 25% or 50% of the capital you want to put into Tesla now and save some dry powder on the sidelines in case it does come down. But that's how confident I am that we're going to have a really good next couple of weeks for Tesla. And I don't think it's going to be just this week. I think it could be the first couple of weeks of 2025 also, because I imagine you're going to get a broader rally in 2025. I imagine once that clock hits January 1st, you're going to see big tech take a back burner and you're going to see the broader markets catch up. Now, Tesla is not grouped in that big tech category. Tesla has growth that big tech really does not have, and new innovation and growth that is going to last for multiple years, like many years out into the future. So I think with a broader market rally, Tesla is going to rally even more. And again, that's just how confident I am, saying, hey, I would be willing to put 50% of my money into Tesla right now that I'm specifically looking to allocate to Tesla. Meaning, if I wanted to put $10,000 into Tesla, I would be willing to put $5,000 into Tesla right now in the 420s. Then I would hold the other $5,000 in cash and wait to see if the stock did come down or if I was wrong. But that's pretty damn confident, I would say, considering Tesla stock has rallied so much. So that's what I'm going to say on Tesla here in this video. I'm very excited. If you can't tell, maybe it's just the jolly in me in the holiday season coming out. Who knows? But that's what I'm going to say about Tesla. Now, what I talked about at the beginning of this video, the message, what I wanted to do for you guys, for some of you guys that are struggling out there, and I want to specifically do this for the kids, okay? If you have kids and you are unable to buy Christmas presents, I do want to help you in that process. I know time is running down, so you have to act quickly if these things are going to get to you by Christmas. But what I want you guys to do is send screenshots of the amount of money you have in your bank account. I just want to know for sure if I'm not just going to buy gifts to anyone that says they're struggling. Like, I need to know how much money you actually have in your bank account. If you got $10,000 in your bank account, then you'll be just fine buying Christmas gifts. But something with a date on it and a total in a bank account, and send that to the email with how many kids you have, boys or girls, what they're kind of interested in, and send it to the email that I have associated with this account. To find that, you go to the About tab on this channel, and you'll be able to see the email you can contact me at. Go, send the picture, send the details. You'll have to send your address so I can Amazon you some stuff. But I do want to do that to give back to a certain extent for the kids out there. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got. Let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.